So after the failure of Dalton's theory, we have started with the discovery of electron. Dalton's theory basically failed after the discovery of electrons, protons, and neutrons, and after the discovery of isotopes and isobars. So in the discovery of electron, which was made by J.J. Thomson, we have seen the apparatus. In the apparatus, there is a tube called discharge tube, which is also called as Crookes tube. And inside the tube, we have placed two metal plates which are attached to the battery. And the voltage of the battery is very, very high, which is almost equal to 10,000 volts. In the glass tube, you also placed a gas at low pressure in order to have conduction. If you are placing the gas at high pressure, which is nothing but high number of molecules, there won't be any conduction. In order to have any observations, or else you may say that J.J. Thomson observed any change only after having the gas at low pressure. If the gas is at high pressure, the observations were not so clear. In the tube, there is one more specific substance called zinc sulfide, whose property is phosphorescent. And इस particular zinc sulfide का phosphorescence property इस वजह से है, whenever any charged particle falls on the ZNS screen, it will produce sparks, it will produce scintillations. Okay, the metal plate which is attached to the negative terminal will be having negative charge induced on it, and it is referred to as cathode. The metal plate which is attached to the positive terminal has positive charge induced on it, and it is called as anode. So when he started the experiment, he observed some rays starting from the cathode and they traveled towards the anode and they produced sparks. From the observation of sparks, we concluded that these rays are charged. And in order to know the nature of the charge, you may place an external battery or you may place an external magnet. Whenever you place a battery, it will be producing an electric field. It will be producing an electric field. These rays will be interacting with that particular electric field and will be deviating towards the positive terminal of the battery. Whenever you are placing a magnet, this will be producing a magnetic field. Magnet matlab you will be having a north pole as well as south pole. So you will be placing a horseshoe magnet which has both north pole and south pole. So it will be having a magnetic field around it. We know that any charged particle, whenever charge is in motion, it will be associated with magnetic field as well. Electromagnetic theory अपने 10th class में पढ़ा होगा. Okay, और else अगर किसी को ये इस particular point के ऊपर idea नहीं है तो you will be studying that in physics. Don't worry. Whenever you have a charge in motion, it will be associated with magnetic field as well. Excuse me. Yeah, that particular magnetic field associated with the moving charge will be interacting with the magnetic field of the magnet, and it will be deviating towards either the north pole or south pole. Depending upon that, he again concluded or he stated that these particular particles must be negatively charged. Okay, ठीक है. उसके बाद हमने क्या किया है? In the path of the cathode rays, we have placed a small wheel. The wheel started to rotate. उससे हमने ये conclude किया, because of the collision, it is able to transfer its kinetic energy to the wheel's energy. It is converting the kinetic energy of its own into the kinetic energy of wheel. ऐसा होने के लिए it should possess a property called mass. So we concluded that it should have charge and it should have mass, and they also travel in straight lines based on the observation of shadow. So once we have concluded that they have both charge as well as mass, he found the value of E upon m, which is nothing but the charge value divided by mass value. Okay, and he performed the experiment with different sources. The source of the cathode rays is metal plate as well as the gas atoms. Metal plate के अंदर से इधर तो directly we can observe that it is directly coming from the metal plate. There is one more source which is nothing but the gas atom. Whenever these rays are coming with very high velocities, when they fall on the gas atom, the negative charges present inside the atom can be kicked out. So those particular negative charges along with these negative charges, nothing but the cathode rays. Okay. उसने क्या किया? He found the value of E upon m. This is the very important observation. Whenever I say cathode ray experiment, आप लोग के दिमाग में 3 points आना चाहिए. One is the cathode rays are charged and they have mass, and the next is the source of cathode rays is metal plate as well as gas atoms, and the last observation which is E by m ratio. the E/M ratio of all the cathode rays which are formed from different metals and different gases is a constant. So from that observation हम ये conclude कर रहे the rays which are present in all the elements are of same nature. Are of same nature, hence I am concluding that they are fundamental. Fundamental matlab they should be present in each and every substance and their nature must be same. Hence electron or जो cathode ray है, it is considered as fundamental by J.J. Thomson and the name electron was given by another scientist Tony. Okay. उसके बाद हमने ये find किया the charge on an electron. In order to find the charge on an electron, yeah.
वो इलेक्ट्रॉन भी फंडामेंटल नहीं है ना?
इलेक्ट्रॉन ही फंडामेंटल है. The electron or cathode ray. The cathode ray is nothing but an electron.
Sir, मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन के अंदर कुछ नहीं होगा ना?
इलेक्ट्रॉन के अंदर कुछ नहीं रहेगा. As of now, इलेक्ट्रॉन आगे भी डिस्कवर तो नहीं होगा. Electron is the fundamental entity.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have seen an experiment in order to find the charge on an electron. इस experiment में just understand the procedure. Just understand the procedure and some important points related to this experiment. Exactly उसने calculation कैसे किया है, all those things are very highly mathematical and experimental. Okay, don't worry about those things. Just understand the procedure. Procedure क्या है? You are taking a glass chamber. This is a glass chamber, and inside the glass chamber you are placing two metal plates, and you are connecting those particular metal plates to the battery. Whenever I'm switching on the battery, these metal plates will be having a positive charge and negative charge depending upon the terminals to which they are attached. This is attached to the positive terminal, so इसके ऊपर positive charge आएगा. This is attached to the negative terminal, इसके ऊपर negative charge आएगा. And as we want to find the charge on an electron, first you need to isolate that particular electron or negative charge from the atom. उसके लिए क्या किया हमने? उसके लिए हमने उसके ऊपर कुछ radiation डाला. That particular radiation is nothing but X-rays. X-rays are purely energetic rays. They don't have any mass. Okay, they are purely sources of energy. Whenever I am increasing energy of any substance or any system, the stability of that particular system will be decreased. More the energy, less is the stability. If the stability is decreased, in case of electron, और जो stability जो भी आ रहा है, the stability is because of its interaction with the nucleus. There is a positive interaction. Electron और nucleus के बीच में attractive force है. उस attractive force के वजह से उसको stability मिल रहा है. If I am decreasing its stability, I have to decrease the attractive force with the nucleus. Attractive force कब घटेगा? Whenever it is going away and away from the nucleus. So what exactly happens is, if I am putting any energy on the electron, its energy will be increased. As a result, it will be moving away and away from the nucleus. If you are imparting sufficient energy, that particular electron can be removed out of the atom. Okay, that sufficient energy can be provided by X-rays. If you are putting normal light, visible light, इसके ऊपर, the electron may not be emitted out. Okay, you need to put some sufficient energy which is met by X-rays. So if you are incidenting X-rays on it, the electron will be removed. As a result, you will be having now positively charged entities as well as electron. Now we know that this positively charged species is nothing but the nucleus. Okay, हमको अभी पता है, but उसके experiment के बारे में भी discuss करेंगे. So if you are ionizing an atom, it will be giving you an electron along with a positively charged entity, which is nothing but nucleus. ये जो particular space है, उसको ionize किया with the help of X-rays. Now this particular space is a source of electrons. This is full of electrons. Now you are having an atomizer. You are putting some water droplets with the help of atomizer. और हमारा ये conclusion था, these particular oil droplets will be of different sizes. They need not be of the same size. Whenever such oil droplets fall through this particular space, the electrons present in the system will be attached on the droplet, because आप लोग को लग रहा होगा it is new, but it can form, it will be having some residual forces which we will be understanding later on. So those residual forces will be attracting the residual forces, matlab unbalanced forces inside the oil droplet. Okay, don't go too much into it. For now, just understand that electrons will be attached onto the oil droplets. The number of electrons that are going to attach on an oil droplet will be a function of its size. If you are having a small oil droplet, yeah.
Sir, why did they get attached to oil droplet?
वही बोल रहा हूँ, जो oil droplet है, it is having some attractive forces with the electron. The source of that particular attractive force, how will it be generated? We will be understanding that in periodic properties chapter. For that, you need to understand more and more about an atom. How is it exactly? How it can be exactly represented. एक बार वो समझने के बाद वो समझ में आएगा. For now, understand that there will be some attractive forces. Okay. अभी ऐसा भी होता है ना, like if you are taking a paper, if you are taking small pieces of paper, the papers are not charged. Okay, whenever you are combing your hair, that particular comb can attract those pieces of papers. That doesn't mean that that paper is charged, na? Okay.
Yes, sir.
It can attract some dust particles, oil droplets, or else our hair. Whenever you are oiling your hair, it can attract some dust particles. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है, और जो dust particles हमारा hair वैसा कुछ नहीं है ना, ठीक है? We will understand the process of that particular attraction. Don't worry. For now, understand that these oil droplets are attracting those electrons. As a result, electrons will be attached onto the oil droplet. Okay, dust जैसा जाके लग रहा है. For now, इतना ही सोचो. Okay. अभी वो जो electrons है, the number of electrons attached will be a function of the size. छोटे droplet के ऊपर the electrons will be less. If the droplet size increase, more and more electrons can be attached. Okay, so the total charge on the oil droplet will be a function of number of electrons. Okay, अब क्या करेंगे? Now switch on this battery. Whenever you are switching on this battery, the positive charge and the negative charge on the metal plates will start to interact with the charge on the oil droplet. The net charge on the oil droplet is negative. So जो positive plate क्या करेगा? It will be attracting it towards that particular positive charge. Okay, the oil droplet will be attracted towards the positive plate, and the charge on the negative plate, as it is negatively charged, it will be repelling this particular oil droplet. So there are two forces which are acting upwards. There is a net upward force because of the attraction between positive plate and the oil droplet, and there is a net upward force between the repulsion between the negative plate and the oil droplet. Okay, there are two forces acting upwards, and there is one force which is acting downwards, which is nothing but the weight of the oil droplet. The weight of the oil droplet can be measured with the help of m into g, where m is mass of the oil droplet. Mass क्या होगा? If you want to find the mass of the oil droplet, it is nothing but density is equals to, कहाँ पे लिखा वो? Density is equals to mass upon volume. So if you want to find the mass, you can multiply the density of the oil droplet with the volume of the oil droplet. In order to find the volume of the oil droplet, you can assume that particular oil droplet to be a sphere. If the oil droplets are becoming stationary at various points, you can measure the radius of that particular oil droplet with the available instruments. वो measure कर सकते हैं. Don't worry. You can measure the radius of such small particles. Okay. If you know the radius and if you know the density, you can find the mass of it. The volume is 4/3 pi r cube. The volume is 4/3 pi r cube and the density is some d. इन दोनों को multiply किया तो इसका mass आ जाएगा. So जो downward force है, it is a known value. Okay. जो upward force है, it is because of the interaction between the total charge on the metal plate and the total charge on the oil droplet. The total charge on the metal plate is obtained because of the battery. और जो battery का power है और जो source है, वो हमको पता है. So we can find the charge on the metal plate. You will be studying how to find the charge on that particular metal plate whenever it is attached to any battery in your physics. In your 12th, you will be studying that. You will know how to analyze this particular system. But उसके लिए थोड़ा time लगेगा. ठीक है. So इस particular formula में capital Q is a known quantity, small q, which is the total charge on the oil droplet, is unknown, and this mass m is known and g is known. So if you are equating the equations, you can solve for the charge on the oil droplet. Different oil droplets will become stationary at different points. For all those oil droplets, if you are applying this particular equation, you can find the charge on the oil droplet. Once you find the charge on the oil droplet, Millikan ne kya kiya? He arranged all the charges in an ascending order, starting with the least. उसको least कुछ तो 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 आया. बाकी सब charges जो भी है, he was able to express in terms of that particular least multiple. Okay, so from that he concluded that this least amount of charge is nothing but charge of one electron. समझ में आया ये वाला बात? So from that he concluded the charge on an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. इस particular experiment से हमको ये 3 points understand करना है. Again, the points are the stability is inversely proportional to energy. The attractive forces will be directly proportional to energy. And the charge on an oil droplet is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. And you can never have any other charge which is not a multiple of this on the oil droplet. They will ask which of the following charge is the impossible value on an oil droplet, which is not a multiple of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 will be an impossible value. Is this clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I hope this is clear to
Yes, sir.
everyone.
Yes,
If
sir.
you are having
Yes, sir.
any other doubt, you may ask me. उसके बाद जे
Yes,
थॉमसन ने तो
sir.
E by M रेशियो निकाल के दिया है
Yes,
ना
sir.
उस एक्सपेरिमेंट में. ओके ओके फाइन. E by M रेशियो ऑलरेडी निकाल के दिया है ना जे थॉमसन ने. And we just found the charge on an electron. The charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. If you are substituting that in this particular expression, you will get the mass of the electron. These values you need to remember. The charge of the electron you need to remember forever. You should not forget the charge of an electron. Mass of an electron, you may remember this, or we will be in a while we will be seeing the mass of proton too. उसके बाद उन दोनों के बीच में relation याद रखना है. Mass of electron और mass of proton के बीच में relation 100 times होगा या 200 times etc. वैसा. Okay. Okay, let's
सर
go to
एग्जाम में इसके बारे में क्वेश्चंस
क्या?
कैसे आएंगे एक्सपेरिमेंट पे?
questions कैसे रहेंगे? I will tell you. As of now, in these particular experiments, you will be asked only the theoretical questions. The theoretical question about this particular experiment will be what will be the source of cathode ray? What is the source of cathode ray?
प्लेट एंड
Metal plate and gas atom.
बस हो गया
प्लेट एंड ग्लास.
चार मार्क मिल गया. The metal plate as well as the gas atom. दूसरा क्वेश्चन ये होगा, will the nature of the cathode ray depend upon the metal plate?
No.
No. बस
No.
हो गया. दूसरा क्वेश्चन हुआ, what is the charge of an electron? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. What is the mass of the electron?
9.1.
9.1 into
1 into 10 raised
10
to
raised to
minus
minus
31.
31 kg.
to 31.
और एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा, which of the following charge is an impossible value on the oil droplet? वो भी कर सकते हो, राइट? ये भी कर सकते हैं ना?
Yes, sir.
बस इतना ही. We are just understanding the history. हिस्ट्री के ऊपर ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस यूपीएससी एग्जाम में आएंगे, इसमें नहीं आएंगे. बट यू नीड टू नो ऑल दीज थिंग्स कैसे हुआ है. लेट्स गो टू द डिस्कवरी ऑफ प्रोटॉन. Who discovered proton? Any idea?
Goldstein.
Very good. Discovery of proton was made by Goldstein. Again, the experiment is called anode ray experiment. Again, first look at the apparatus. We also took a discharge tube. inside the discharge
Same.
tube. सब कुछ same. We will see the variation. There is a gas at low pressure. They may ask you this question: why is the gas placed at low pressure? The voltage of battery is almost 10,000 volts.
10,000.
This is negative terminal of the battery. This is positive terminal of the battery. So this particular metal plate will be having negative charge, and this will be induced positive charge.
Positive.
The only difference in the cathode ray experiment apparatus and in the anode ray experiment apparatus is the placement of ZNS screen. बाकी सब same है. The ZNS screen in anode ray experiment is placed behind the cathode but not behind the anode. Let me ask you some questions. But let me label these things. This is anode.
Anode.
Please everyone keep mute. If I am asking any question, then only answer. Thank you. This is nothing but cathode. और भी चीजें हैं इनमें. This is again discharge tube, also called as Crookes tube. Okay, let us start the experiment. If I'm starting the experiment, if the ZNS screen is placed behind the cathode, first of all, tell me, will there be any emergence of cathode rays?
Yes.
Yes.
In the system, will there be any emergence
Yes.
of cathode rays?
Yes.
होगा ना?
Yes.
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 Yeah, definitely रहेगा. There will be emergence of cathode rays because even now the cathode is attached to that particular high voltage battery. So there will be emergence of cathode rays, and the cathode rays will be going from left to right. Okay. If the cathode rays are moving in the forward direction, will there be any sparks as of now? तुम लोग को क्या लग रहा है? Will there be any sparks on the ZNS screen which is placed behind the cathode?
No.
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 No, right?
No.
हाँ,
No.
ये लग रहा है हमको. But
No.
उसने जब experiment किया है,
No.
yeah, okay. उसने जब experiment किया है, interestingly he found some sparks on the ZNS screen, but the sparks are not so distinct, like in case of cathode ray experiment. Cathode ray experiment में क्या हुआ? वो जो particular sparks मिला था, the sparks are very distinct. मतलब the amount of sparks or the scintillations is very high. In this particular case, there are sparks, but the sparks are not so distinct. There are some good sparks only in these particular regions, but you don't have any sparks in this particular region. उतना ज़्यादा distinct sparks नहीं मिला. इसका मतलब ये कंक्लूड कर सकता हूँ, जो भी रेस आ रहा होगा, अभी के लिए हमको पता नहीं और कौन सा रेस है, जो भी रेस आ रहा होगा, they are unable to penetrate this particular cathode. अगर इसको पेनिट्रेट कर लिया तो क्या होगा? यहाँ पे भी जो स्पार्क्स है अच्छे से मिलना चाहिए. तो उसके लिए उसने क्या किया? He made some perforations or holes. He made some perforations or holes inside the cathode. When he made some perforations, he was able to see clear sparks even in this region. अभी sparks बढ़ा. इससे मैं क्या conclude कर सकता हूँ? There are some rays definitely coming in the opposite direction, and those particular rays are going through the holes present inside the cathode, and when those rays fell on ZNS screen, they are producing sparks. इसका मतलब there are some rays which are charged, which are falling on the ZNS screen placed behind cathode. ये conclude कर सकता हूँ?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let us see the source of those particular rays. What is the source of cathode rays? What is the source of cathode rays?
Metal and gas.
Metal plate as well as the gas atoms na. Dekho, when these cathode rays which are coming with very high velocities, if they are falling on the atom, inside an atom you are having an electron as well as nucleus, right? If they are falling on the atom, the electron will be kicked out of the system. If the electron is kicked out of the system, it will be left with some positively charged entity plus an electron. अभी ये जो particular space है, this particular space is having positively charged entities which are formed by that particular ionization process, right?
Yes, sir.
अभी ये जो particular positively charged entities है, these will be attracted towards the negative terminal of this particular metal. ये जो negative है ना, negatively charged है ना, they will be attracted towards that particular negative charge. As a result, they are gaining some velocity. ये जो particular rays है, they are appearing like they are coming from the anode. But are they coming from the anode?
No.
No. They are coming from the gas atom. Okay.
Gas atom.
So the only source of the anode rays is the gas atom. They are referred to as anode rays क्योंकि ऐसा लग रहा है एनोड के अंदर से आ रहा है, बट एनोड के अंदर से कभी नहीं आएगा. Anyone has any doubt एनोड के अंदर से क्यों नहीं आएगा? ऐसा भी डाउट आना चाहिए ना, एनोड के अंदर से क्यों नहीं आ पा रहा है?
Yes.
क्योंकि वो बहुत closely packed है.
Closely packed है. Moreover, you cannot remove. ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है. You can remove an electron from the atom, but this is not possible. Like electron उधर ही रहेगा, nucleus निकल जाएगा. Okay, ऐसा कुछ सोचो. You are having, please, there is some disturbance. Yeah, ऐसा कुछ सोचो. You are having planets, and around the planets there are some asteroids or there are some satellites. You can remove that particular satellite from the orbit, but you cannot remove the planet from there. Is this okay with you, this explanation? There are asteroids around here, some planets. Those asteroids will be going away from the orbit or removed from the orbit, but the planet cannot be removed. Sun nahi nikal jayega. Okay. Or else it is very, very difficult to kick the nucleus out of the system. Even though यहाँ पे एक बार ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, यहाँ पे भी पॉजिटिव चार्ज है. न्यूक्लियस और इसके बीच में रिपल्सिव फोर्सेस होगा. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है न्यूक्लियस इधर से निकल के आ जाएगा. सपोज ऐसा कुछ सोचते हैं, सपोज मान लेते हैं न्यूक्लियस निकल के आ रहे हैं, न्यूक्लियस निकल के आ रहे हैं. The entire mass of the system is only because of the nucleus. Electrons won't be contributing any to any mass, right? So अगर न्यूक्लियस ऐसा निकल के आ रहा है तो after some point of time this anode must decrease in its size, which doesn't happen. The anode doesn't decrease in its size. Okay, इसका मतलब the source is not the anode. Okay, उतना ज़्यादा भी सोचना नहीं है. Just keep our understanding to little. As of now, the source of anode rays is gas atoms. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Let's go forward.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. Let me explain.
Sir.
Next question, उसने भी same किया. In the path of anode rays, he placed a small wheel. First of all, in order to confirm that these particular charges are positively charged, क्योंकि ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है, ये जो particular electrons है इधर जाके फिर से रिबाउंड होके ऐसा कुछ इनके ऊपर गिर सकता था ना, तो ऐसा भी कुछ केसेस पॉसिबल है. In order to be sure that these are positively charged, उसने भी क्या किया, he again placed an external battery, or you can also place a magnet. When he placed an external battery, he observed most of the rays got deviated towards the negative terminal of the battery. If they are deviating towards the negative terminal of the battery, you can say these are positively charged. Anode rays deviated towards the negative terminal of external battery implies they are positively charged. Next observation. In the path of the anode rays, he again placed a small wheel. When he placed a wheel, again the wheel started to rotate. From this I can conclude anode rays possess mass. Okay. Again, he placed an opaque object. When he placed an opaque object, he found the shadow of the opaque object. From this we can conclude
They travel in straight lines.
they travel in straight lines.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. उसने भी क्या किया? He also found the value of E upon M ratio. E by M ratio by changing the sources. What is the only source of anode rays? They are the gas atoms.
Yes.
So
Yes,
he
gas
repeated the
atom.
experiment with different gases inside the discharge tube. No need to repeat the experiment with different metal plates because the metal plates are not the sources. Okay. When he repeated the experiment with different gases, E by M ratio using different gases as sources.
Smaller than the electron.
Smaller than the electron. वो एक observation है, ठीक है. Just tell me, will the E by M ratio in different experiments, will it be a constant or will it be a different value?
Different value.
Different value.
Okay, anyone, please answer anyone. Why will it be a different value?
Different value.
क्योंकि
Why?
different gases का different atomic mass होता है.
Okay.
It depends upon nature of the gas.
It depends upon
yes,
nature
yes.
of the gas.
Yes.
सही है. बाकी लोग जो लोग ने ये सोच नहीं पाया, please try to understand this. What is E by M? E is the charge of that particular anode ray divided by M is the mass of that particular anode ray. Anode ray is nothing but the nucleus, right? So different atoms के nucleus जो है different masses के रहेंगे. Correspondingly उनका E by M ratio भी है और different आएगा और different आने का chances बहुत है. Okay? उसका conclusion लिख लेते हैं पहले और conclusion explain करेंगे. E by M ratio is not a constant. The major difference between the cathode ray experiment and the anode ray experiment. The E by M ratio is not a constant. The source is only the gas atom in case of anode ray. In case of cathode ray, the sources are both metal plate as well as the gas atom. Okay. और दो observations है which finally led to the discovery of proton. The observations are with hydrogen gas.
It is maximum.
Hydrogen gas.
E by M ratio is maximum.
E upon M ratio जो है maximum मिला. Okay, or else ऐसा कुछ बोल सकता हूँ. The charge hydrogen gas से hydrogen atom को मैं H जैसा represent कर रहा हूँ. Hydrogen के अंदर atomic number is, if it is 1, you have 1 electron and 1 proton. If you are removing 1 electron, hydrogen gas is represented as H positive. Okay, hydrogen atom जो भी है, it is represented as H positive. When he found the charge of H positive, it came to be a minimum value when he found the mass of that particular anode ray particle, which is found from hydrogen gas. वो भी एक minimum value आया है, और else उनका ratio जो है it was found to be maximum, or else individually देखा तो the H positive value, H positive मतलब the anode ray particle which got formed from the hydrogen gas, उसका charge जो है it was found to be minimum, and उसका mass जो है it was also be found to be minimum. Minimum मतलब कैसे बोल सकते हैं? By comparing with the other gases, the charge obtained, the charge of the anode ray particle found from the any other gas is found to be some multiple p times of charge of H positive, and mass of any other gas he was able to represent some q times of mass of that particular H positive. सब लोग confused हो गया होगा. Let me try to explain. फिर से ध्यान से सोचो. जो anode ray particles है, first time take a tube, okay? If I'm taking hydrogen gas tube, anode ray particles मिला, I am positive. उसका mass जब find किया, it is coming to be a minimum value, and उसका charge जब find किया, it is also a minimum value. Minimum value कैसे बोल रहा हूँ? By comparing it with other gases. If I'm placing any other gas like oxygen या nitrogen या helium या neon या ammonia, कोई भी gas पकड़ो, okay? Placing any other gases, those charges are greater than the charge of the hydrogen, and those also greater than the mass of the anode ray particle obtained from hydrogen. इसलिए ये वाला values को minimum बोल रहा हूँ. उसके साथ साथ और एक observation क्या है? The charge of any anode ray particle, the charge of any other anode ray particle, he was able to express in terms of integer multiple. These P and Q are integers. Okay, H plus के multiple में express कर. एक बार before understanding this, I will give you a small question. Suppose मेरे पास एक black box है. Inside that particular black box, I don't know what is present. Okay, you are having a ball. You are having a small ball, which is having mass m, and I am having different black boxes. बहुत सारे हैं. Okay. If I am giving you the masses of all these things, suppose I am saying, इसका mass है 45 m आया, इसका mass है 30 m आया, इसका mass है 1101 m आया, इसका mass sum 250 m, इसका mass sum 350 m. Okay. From this particular observation, any conclusion? You are having a ball of mass and you are having some black boxes. उन सब black boxes का mass जब मैं weigh कर रहा हूँ, उनका masses आ रहे हैं 45 m, 50 m, 1101 m, ऐसा कुछ values आ रहे हैं integer values में. What can you conclude from this observation?
Multiple of m है उधर.
Integer multiples of m है.
Anyone? Okay.
मतलब 45 balls है उसमें, एक में 50 है.
This can be the possible conclusion, right? If you are getting this as 45 m from the observation, I can say इसके अंदर 45 इसके जैसा balls होना चाहिए, इसके अंदर 30 balls होना चाहिए, इसके अंदर 350 m, इसके अंदर 250 balls होना चाहिए, or else I can say all these boxes will be having this ball as the fundamental particle. ये ball के जैसा इनमें सब में है. Then only I can conclude that this particular ball is fundamental to each and every box,
Yes,
and
sir.
it is of the same nature. Similarly, if I am able to express any other gas as a multiple of this particular H positive, कोई भी gas ले लो, उसका charge जो भी आ रहा है, I am able to express that as a multiple of the smallest unit. This is the minimum ना, ये smallest unit है. So I can say that ये जो H positive जैसा चीज है, इनके अंदर P units होना चाहिए. तभी तो P into H positive आएगा ना. ये जो H positive जैसा चीज है, इनके अंदर Q units होना चाहिए. Times H positive आएगा. Can I say? Okay. Again. फिर से सुनो. एनोड रे पार्टिकल मिला है मेरे पास. ओके एवरीवन इन द लेक्चर राइट. ओके एनोड रे पार्टिकल मिला है. उस पार्टिकल के अंदर देयर इज वन एनोड रे formed because of one gas. If it is having some p particles whose charge, the charge of every particle inside it, if it is equal to H positive, then the total charge will become P times charge of H positive. Similarly, if you have Q entities inside that particular anode ray particle, if the mass of each entity is equal to mass of H positive, and ऐसे कितना units है? Q units है. Okay, so that mass of that particular anode ray particle now will become Q times mass of H positive.
Yes, sir.
Clear? So
Yes,
ये
sir.
जो anode ray particle मिला है, this is formed because of repetition of that particular H positive units. So I can say this H positive unit जो भी है, it is a basic or fundamental particle present in each and every nuclei or present in each and every anode ray particle. That H positive is nothing but proton ना. एक हाइड्रोजन है, हाइड्रोजन के अंदर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, एक प्रोटॉन है. इलेक्ट्रॉन को हटाने के बाद बचता क्या है?
Proton.
But proton. So this H positive, from this observation I can conclude H positive is nothing but fundamental particle which is present in all the things. Hence I was able to express each and every charge and each and every mass in terms of that particular H positive. This fundamental particle is nothing but the proton. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Anyone having any doubt, please ask me now.
Sir,
Yeah.
वो मास भी H पॉजिटिव के टर्म्स में आया, पर वो न्यूट्रॉन्स भी होते हैं ना.
वो उसके बारे में नेक्स्ट अभी समझाने वाला हूँ. I will address your question in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
डिस्कवरी नहीं हुआ अभी तक.
Any other question? Once again, I am repeating the observations. Please concentrate. The observation is when he calculated EBM ratio of different gases with the hydrogen gas. With the hydrogen gas, the EBM ratio was found to be maximum, or else individually the charge and mass, the charge of the anode ray particle, which is found from the hydrogen gas, is found to be the least, and the mass of the anode ray particle, which is found from the hydrogen gas, is again the least. Okay, and rest all other anode rays, the anode rays which were formed from other gases, उनका charges, उनका masses जो भी है, he was able to express in terms of that particular least value, and it is integer multiple. Okay, p times और q times express कर पा रहे हो least value में. इसका मतलब ये जो particular particle है, यही p times repeat हो रहा होगा, यही q times repeat हो रहा होगा in that particular anode ray. If it is the repeating unit, then I can say it is the fundamental particle. Okay, okay. किसी ने न्यूट्रॉन्स के बारे में कुछ बोला है, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं. देखो, there is one anode ray particle formed. Okay, उस anode ray के अंदर let us say there are p entities. Let us say, मान लेते there are q entities. Okay, q entities. Each and everything is having a mass which is equal to the mass of H positive. Okay, उसके वजह से क्या हुआ? The total mass of it came to be Q times mass of H positive. Suppose if all these mass contributing units also has charge, which is equal to charge of H positive, charge of H positive, charge of H positive. So the total charge भी क्या होना चाहिए? It should also be equal to Q times charge of H positive. But actual में क्या हुआ? ये जो Q है ये नहीं आया. He got some value P which is less than Q. Okay. If all the particles which are possessing mass, if they also have charge which is equal to charge of H positive, तब क्या आना चाहिए? You need to get that P equal to Q. Okay, the charge multiple and the mass multiple must be the same. But उसको value क्या आया? He got some other value P which is less than Q. मतलब क्या है? Out of all these particles, only some P particles are having charge. ये जो Q minus P particles है, इनको कुछ चार्ज नहीं है. केवल P particles के पास चार्ज है. Q minus P particles are uncharged. Can I conclude this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So from this particular observation, the observation is P is always less than Q. The charge multiple in every experiment is found to be lesser than mass multiple. Okay, so from this he got an idea. ये ऐसा कुछ लगा उसको. Inside the atom there are some particles which are having only mass but no charge. Okay, having only mass but no charge. उसने देखा नहीं है, इसलिए उसने कुछ conclusion नहीं निकाला that there are neutrons also करके. He just stated that there can be more fundamental particles inside an atom. As उसने literally उसको देखा नहीं, मतलब उसको isolate करके देखा नहीं, इसलिए उसने ऐसा कहा. There can be some particles. He was not sure वो न्यूट्रॉन होगा और उसका मास exactly H positive से बराबर ही होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ऐसा 2 यूनिट्स भी साथ में मिलके भी रह सकता है ना, ऐसा भी कुछ पॉसिबिलिटीज है. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
So ये जो particular उससे I can conclude that there can be some particles inside an atom which have mass but no charge. Okay, those were later discovered as neutrons. ये conclusion कैसे किया? Based on as P is less than Q, I am stating this particular statement. I hope this is clear to everyone. This is not so intensive. एक बार थोड़ा सा idea आ गया तो समझ में आ जाएगा. If you are having any doubt here, you may ask me now. The observations are H positive के साथ जो charge मिला minimum है, जो mass मिला minimum है. Rest all other gases was able to express in terms of integer multiples. उसके साथ साथ और जो multiple है less than Q. Okay, as you are able to express in terms of that H positive, I am concluding that these H positive things are present in each and everything. And दूसरा P less than Q आने की वजह से I am again concluding there will be some other fundamental particle in an atom and proton. is
Hello.
Hello.
Loss over.
shall I go to next? Shall I go to the theory of neutron?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, having any doubt
No, sir.
will be theory of. Tell me. Okay. और एक important data इसमें the charge of proton, or let us represent it as EP. What is EP? Charge of proton. It is also equal to, now this is plus, the charge of electron and the charge of proton are all are same, which is plus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and the mass of proton, it is 1.666 or 67 into
Into 10 per minus
raised to
27.
10 raised to minus
10
27 kg. Gram या kg?
kg.
kg.
Kg. 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Okay. What is this? Can I say? Already हमने atomic mole concept पढ़ा ना? This is nothing but one AMU. One AMU हमने ऐसा लिखा है ना, 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 grams. इसी को grams में convert करो, वही आएगा 1.67 और 1.66. Okay. So mass of one proton is nothing but one AMU. If you find,
Yes, sir.
if you find the mass
I see
ratio
that.
of mass of proton to mass of electron, mass of proton is 1.67 in to minus 27 kg, and mass of proton is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Its value is 1836. Value याद रखना है. Please don't talk to your siblings.
1836.
1836 or 1837. 1837 comes out to be for the neutron. 1836 is for proton. So this is 1836. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Or else I can say mass of proton is 1836 times mass of electron. You can remember this relation. You can either remember the masses individually or you can remember this particular relation. Important है. Relation याद रखो. And the mass of proton is also equal to 1.6 into minus 19. Okay, shall I go to discovery of neutron then? डिस्कवरी ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन के बारे में एक बार देखेंगे. उससे पहले ये क्रोनोलॉजी इम्पोर्टेंट है. After the discovery of electron and discovery of proton, discovery of nucleus was made. पहले न्यूक्लियस रहता है करके पता करने के बाद ये जो न्यूट्रॉन का डिस्कवरी है, it happened very late. 1932 में हुआ है discovery of neutron. And discovery of electron, it is in late 1800, around 1890s या 18 something. Okay, देखो इलेक्ट्रॉन होने के बाद after 40 years neutron was discovered. And because of discovery of neutron, radioactivity के बारे में पता चला, and then nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, atomic bombs. So discovery of it was made by William James
Chadwick.
and
मैंने तो
he
नहीं
was
किया सर.
awarded Nobel Prize. क्या तूने तो नहीं किया? Nobel Prize in the year 1935, I think. एक बार क्रॉस चेक कर लेना. 1932 में उसका डिस्कवरी हुआ है, and in the year 1935 he was awarded Nobel Prize for the discovery of neutron. discovery of neutron was not so obvious like in case of electron or proton. वो जो particular experiments देखा था हम उतना भी ज़्यादा obvious नहीं था. We will be simply understanding the reaction through which he discovered the neutron. We won't be going in detail. He used several other principles for finding the mass of the neutron and all those things. एक बार देखते हैं, experiment देखते हैं. तो क्या किया?
Alpha
He
particle.
took helium, which is 2He4. Okay. He bombarded the helium
Beryllium.
with beryllium. Okay. Helium is helium. In fact, he used the helium nucleus.
Alpha
Beryllium's
particle.
atomic
No,
number
sir?
is 4. हाँ, alpha particle. बताता हूँ. Beryllium's atomic number is 4 and the mass number is 9. When he collided the helium nucleus with the beryllium nucleus, he observed a change in the nucleus. Like, और जो nucleus है, it got transformed into carbon. Okay, and in the process, अभी देखते हैं, ये जो particular reaction है, this is not a chemical reaction. What happens in a chemical reaction? The nature of the atom would be changed. Left hand side में जो भी atoms रहेगा, right hand side में भी वही atoms रहेंगे. Like the case of a chemical reaction देखते हैं. HCl reacting with NaOH to form H2O plus NaCl, acid-base neutralization reaction. Left hand side में जो भी atoms है, hydrogen, chlorine, sodium, oxygen. Right hand side में भी वही है, hydrogen, chlorine, sodium, oxygen. This is called as a chemical reaction, where the nature of the atoms won't be changing. A particular reaction है, this is the nuclear reaction, where the reaction is among the nuclei. Or I can say this is a nuclear transformation. The nucleus got changed. Okay, this doesn't come under the area of chemical reaction. These are nuclear reactions.
Bombardment.
When he bombarded or when he collided the helium nucleus is also called as alpha particle. Alpha particle मतलब helium nuclei or helium nucleus, which is nothing but He2 positive. If you are removing 2 electrons which are present in the helium, you will be left with nucleus. Hence, I am referring to that as He2 positive. 2 electrons निकालने के बाद. Okay. There has to be conservation of mass in any case. Okay. Or there has to be conservation of particles. On the left hand side, you have 2 protons in helium and 4 protons in beryllium. So 2 plus 4 कितना हुआ on the left hand side?
6.
6 protons in total on the side of protons here है. On the left hand side, what are the number of neutrons or what are the number of है और इधर 9 है. So total कितना हुआ? 13 है. On the right hand side, you have 12.
12.
Okay, 13 होना चाहिए ना.
One
So
neutron
based on
added.
conservation of mass, one of the neutron के लिए representation ये है 0n1. 0n1. This is the representation of neutron. So one of the neutron got emitted in the form of a ray in this particular experiment. Initially जब उसने experiment किया, he thought those rays were some energetic rays. मतलब they are purely sources of energy, and he thought those rays to be gamma rays. Gamma rays जो है, those are emitted from the sun. Sun is one of the source of gamma rays. Those rays are highly energetic. ये जो particular rays आया है, they also had very high penetration power, and that particular penetration power was almost equal to that of gamma rays. So उसने ऐसा कुछ सोचा, those are gamma rays. But बाद में उसने ये realize किया, those particular rays, when he placed a magnetic field or electric field, it is neither deviated towards the north pole or south pole, towards the positive charge or negative terminal. Positive terminal or negative terminal. So he concluded that these rays are neutral. Next, he also placed a wheel. The wheel rotated. इसका मतलब they are able to exert force. मतलब they should be made up of some particles which possess mass. gamma rays doesn't possess any mass. Okay, and as it is neither charged, मतलब neither positively charged or negatively charged, वो proton तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, and based on some conservation of momentum principles, बहुत सारा physics लगाया उसने, अभी हमको उतना ज़्यादा knowledge नहीं है ना, उतना deep में जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं. Based on conservation of momentum principles, he found the mass of it almost equal to the mass of proton, approximately, बहुत करीब है. Hence इस पर्टिकुलर एक्सपेरिमेंट में हमको हमेशा वो इंटीजर मल्टीपल में मिल गया. ये जो है ये इंटीजर मल्टीपल में मिल गया. अगर ये मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन मास ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन सेम नहीं होता तो ये नहीं मिलता. सो ये क्रॉस चेक भी करने के लिए उसके पास ऑलरेडी डेटा है. ओके, सो इन द एक्सपेरिमेंट a neutron got emitted out from the nucleus. As he isolated that and he studied that, the credit for the discovery of neutron goes to the Chadwick. तब तक लोगों को पता है. ओके, ऐसा कुछ तो है सिस्टम के अंदर. In fact, before extra information है, don't bother so much on this. In fact, before the discovery of neutron, nucleus के अंदर साइंटिस्ट को ऐसा भी लगता था प्रोटॉन और इलेक्ट्रॉन साथ में कॉम्पैक्ट में रहेंगे, which is nothing but neutron. ऐसा कुछ सोचता था. Electrons are present inside the nucleus, but there were many contradictions for that particular statement. The proton along with electron, it will be neutral ना, then it can be present inside the nucleus. ऐसा कुछ सोचते थे scientists, which is completely absurd. But ऐसा भी कुछ सोच रहता था before 1930. I hope I'm making some sense to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. This is all about discovery of fundamental particles. Discovery of fundamental particles which are electron, proton and neutron. अभी और fundamental particles भी discover किया जा रहे हैं, like quarks, mesons, bosons, वैसा बहुत कुछ है. But the main important fundamental particles for understanding any given reaction or for understanding the behavior of an atom are electrons, protons and neutrons. These are the major fundamental particles. Okay. Overall conclusions लिखे क्या? Okay. Fundamental particle, electron है, proton है, and then you have neutron. Let us write some information on their charge, on their mass,
relative mass.
Okay, very good. On their relative charge
And E
and
by
on their relative mass. E by M के बारे में लिखेंगे नहीं, but ठीक है, we will be seeing a question on that. What is the charge of electron? It is negative and the value of it is minus
1.602 10 power minus 19 C
in coulomb. Okay, we are interested in charge. This thing, proton charge is plus 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Neutron charge is 0. The mass of electron is 9.1 into
10 power minus 31 kg.
10 raised to minus 31 kg. This is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. This is also 1.67, almost equal to 1.67 into
10 power minus 27
7 kg. Relative charge का मतलब है, इधर लिख रहा हूँ नीचे, relative charge is nothing but charge of electron by or charge of any particle. I am representing with respect to charge of proton. Okay, so if you are dividing the charge of electron by charge of proton, what will be the relative charge of electron?
minus 1.
Minus 1. So the relative charge of electron is minus 1. What will be the relative charge of proton?
1.
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay, you can change it as suppose divided by 1.602 into 10 power 19 relative to 1.602 into 10 power 19, which is nothing but charge of proton. What will be the relative charge of neutron again?
0.
It will be 0. Relative mass क्या होगा? Relative mass is nothing but charge of that particular particle by
Mass of
charge
proton.
of mass na mass of particle divided by mass of neutron. Okay,
Yes.
इस electron के लिए if you are dividing that you will get 1837, or else I can say the mass
One.
of electron is 1837 times mass of neutron, which is 1836 times mass of proton. Almost same hai. Hence I am saying that mass of neutron is almost equal to mass of proton. So this value is almost equal to 1 and this value is
1.
equal to 1.
1.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
when so if you are saying H positive, what will be the exact relative charge on it? Relative charge will be +1. What will be the exact charge? This +1 is relative charge. जो हमेशा +1 बोलते हैं ना, that is relative charge. What will be the exact charge on it?
1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27.
10 power minus 19.
19 coulomb. Okay, that 10 raised to minus 19 है. Clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes,
एक
sir.
numerical
Yes.
करें?
Yes,
Or
sir.
just-
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please maintain
Yes, sir.
decorum of the class.
Yes, sir.
सर
ठीक है, आप बोलो जरा. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक
Yes,
है.
sir.
सर डाउट है
ठीक है. डॉट पूछा रहा.
सर इलेक्ट्रॉन का मास ज्यादा है कम है ना
Yes, sir.
इलेक्ट्रॉन का मास कम है, इसलिए तो मास ऑफ relative mass is mass of particle upon. Okay. 1/37. Thank you.
1/8. 1837.
Thank you. It is 1/1837. Okay. Thank you, Arya.
यस सर
It is 1/1837. Mass of particle upon mass of neutron किया तो 1/1837 आएगा.
Sir,
And
he is Arya.
ये वाला भी mass of electron will be 1/1837 times. Sorry.
It's okay, sir.
सब लोग इधर ही बोलते देखा करो. Or else mass of
Yes, sir.
neutron is 1837 times mass of electron. Mass of proton is 1836 times mass of electron. Okay. Question. Arrange the following particles in increasing order of their E/m ratio. Given particles are you have alpha particle, proton, neutron and electron, and you need to take only the magnitude of it. You need not take the sign, you need to take only the magnitude. E/m ratio का magnitude mod लगाया. What is alpha particle? Alpha particle is nothing but doubly ionized, मतलब 2 बार ionized किया, मतलब you have taken all the electrons out of it. helium atom, which is nothing but He2 positive. He2 positive is the alpha particle. You need to tell me the ascending order of their E-band ratio. E-band ratio matlab charge of that particular particle divided by mass of it. Please calculate and let me know the answer in the chat box.
कसं काय?
सर चैट में मैसेज करें ना?
या चैट पे भेजो. Neutron, electron, proton, and the alpha neutron greater than alpha greater than. Okay. एक मिनट, बहुत सारे लोग लॉस्ट हो सकता है इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में. देखो, सबसे पहले हीलियम पार्टिकल का कैसे करना है देखते हैं. हीलियम न्यूक्लियस, what is the atomic number of helium? You have 2 and the mass number is 4. Okay, so helium nucleus will be having 2 protons as well as 2 neutrons. So what will be the charge of the helium part? Charge of helium nucleus, relative charge में देखा तो it will be 2 times charge of proton और 2 positive हो जाएगा. What will be the mass of the helium nucleus? It will be 2 times mass of proton plus 2 times mass of neutron, which is nothing but I can say it is almost equal to 4 times mass of proton. Okay. अभी हमको क्या चाहिए? E/m ratio of सबका देखते हैं. इलेक्ट्रॉन का E by m ratio of proton, E by m ratio of neutron, and E by m ratio of alpha particle. E by m ratio of neutron will be the easiest because it is charge is 0 divided by mass of neutron, whose value will be equal to 0. So least will be of
Neutron.
neutron. Okay. ठीक है. What will be the E by m ratio of electron? Either you can do it as you can substitute the values 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31. वैसा कर सकते हो, or else try to represent each and everything in terms of one particular value. मतलब क्या है? Let us take this as charge of electron divided by mass of electron. What will be the E by m ratio of proton? It will be the charge of proton divided by mass of proton. We know charge of electrons value is all exactly equal to charge of proton. Sign को छोड़ के, because we need to calculate only the magnitude of it. Divided by mass of proton is 1836 times mass of electron. So this is nothing but 1 by 1836 into E by m ratio of electron ही हो गया.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये वाला क्या हो जाएगा? This will be charge of alpha particle divided by mass of alpha
Mass of
particle.
Alpha particle.
Charge of alpha is 2 times charge of proton divided by 4 times mass of proton.
Mass of
It
proton.
is equal to 2 times charge of electron divided by 4 into
1836
1836 times mass of electron, which
Yes,
is
sir.
1 by 2 into 1836 times
mass of electron.
E by m of electron. Now can you compare? You are having E by m of
Yes.
electron as this, E by m of proton in terms of E by m of electron, and E by m of alpha particle in terms of E by m of electron. सब कंपेयर किया तो सबसे लीस्ट कौन है?
Neutron.
Then you have
Neutron.
alpha
particle.
Then
then you
proton.
have proton,
Prot-
then you have
Then electron.
This is the ascending order.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You can calculate
Yes, sir.
it by substituting the values.
Yes, sir.
Definitely possible है, but don't do that, but because it will be calculation intensive. This will be a better thing to do. This is the most standard question repeated in various examinations almost 10 times. E by m ratio of some particles they will be giving us, and they will ask you to arrange that.
Sir,
If you are having any doubt in this question,
sir,
tell me.
sir, 1 upon होगा ना 1836.
बोलो.
1 upon 1836 होगा ना इधर.
वही किया ना 1 upon 1836. Proton mass of electron 1 upon 1836 लिखा ना मैंने.
Yes, sir. उसे लग रहा है वो 1 upon mass of electron, mass of proton to
हाँ
mass.
मुझे
mass
समझा.
of-
इधर 1 upon 1836 लग रहा है. नहीं, this is 1836 only. Mass of proton is 1836 times mass of electron. Mass of electron छोटा है ना, उसको मल्टीप्लाई करने से ये मिलेगा.
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No,
Sir.
no, sir. Sir, no. No, sir. No, sir.